Hey, my Liptons. So, I want to do a video today, and it's going to be more like movie related and stuff like that. But first, I want to talk about the WAG strike, and apparently, I guess WAG and these movie corporations, these film corporations, have made a deal. WAG has been on strike for at least 5 to 6 months at this point. So this is the statement that they released. They said here, we have reached a tentative agreement on a new 2023 MBA, which is to say an agreement in principle on all deal points, subject to drafting final contract language. What we have won in this contract, most particularly everything we have gained since May 2nd, is due to the willingness of this membership to exercise its power, to demonstrate its solidarity, to walk side by side, to endure the pain and uncertainty of the past 146 days. It is the leverage generated by your strike, in concert with extraordinary support of our union siblings, that finally brought the companies back to the table to make a deal. We can say with great pride that this deal is exceptional, with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every sector of the membership. Now, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. And I know, listen, don't get me wrong. I know right now people are celebrating. People are like, oh, yes, Stranger Things is about to come back on, House of the Dragon. And it's like, listen, we can make our jokes and things like that and be happy that, our shows are going to be back in production soon. But I do want to preface this. The the fact that it took five, and I'm happy that they reached the deal. I'm happy. Like, I can't be happy enough. But it took 5 months. And I remember during that time, especially in the beginning when they went on strike, how some insiders, some sources were saying that, these large, corporations like, I don't know, Netflix or Disney or whatever, were like, oh, we're going to make sure that these writers end up homeless so that they're vulnerable enough to come back to us. And it's just like, I don't know, just knowing all of that and like seeing how like evil and capitalistic these mofos are. I don't, it's just like there's a part of me that feels like, bro, you say that about me, and that's just me being on like on a like on a human side of things. It's like, you want me to be homeless, you want me to lose my livelihood and things like that. I'm not about to go work with you again. But that's just me. But I understand that, these writers, they love what they do. They love create, and this is an art form. Okay, this is an art form, to be able to create scripts and for it to turn into like a huge franchise or a huge show that millions and millions of people watch. It's amazing. It really is amazing. And I think that, these writers deserve everything that they've done. And I think that we don't talk about how much the behind the scenes people really, really put in that work. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that they reached this deal. When they said that everything was, the deal is exceptional, I hope so. I hope there are no loopholes. I hope there are no other ends that because these, at the end of the day, these are capitalistic corporations. They're, they can swerve around things and try, put a little something, something there in a contract. I hope the contract was read in full. It was read in detail. The lawyers got involved. And I hope that, there are no loopholes, because it's like, shit, these corporations are so greedy. Like, they, mind you, multi-billionaire companies, more, if not billionaires, a billionaire company, almost damn near trillionaire companies. Y'all mean to tell me y'all can't share y'all wealth? Like, and it's not even like a thing where it's like, okay, let's cut that shit in half. No, it's like 0.0000 that y'all are giving to these. Like, if y'all mofos don't trickle down y'all wealth and stop playing with me, it's like it be the working man, it be the common man that be putting all the effort into your companies. Y'all take all of that wealth, and instead of freaking giving at least it's not even the crumbs will be a lot for these people. You guys don't even want to give them crumbs. Y'all want to give them freaking, I don't even know. So it's just like, for me, the fact they took this long. But here's my thing though. Like I said, I support unions. I support going on strike, especially when a company is not doing people right. Now, obviously we all know what's going on with the UAE, the auto workers and things like that. I honestly think that a lot more people, I actually heard that, I think there's going to be a nursing strike, like the nurses going on strike in NYC. I'm not sure about that. I need to go look that up again. But it's a lot of people going on strike. Listen, y'all, everything is so, like, things are going up. Especially ever since this whole Ukrainian, Russian Ukrainian war thing, and that's a whole different topic, happened. Like, the prices have been going up, inflation has been up, like, it's through the roof. Everything is expensive, and it's like everything is expensive, but our paychecks, our wages are still, if not pennies to the dollar, if not the same. And it's like, if y'all are making shit go up, y'all might as well let these paychecks go up. Because there's no way we can survive within this hard housing market, the food market, all these different things. Y'all making junk food more, even junk food is kind of getting a little bit more expensive. But like, y'all make junk food more cheaper than y'all do the healthy food. People, there's an obesity crisis going. It's like there's so many shit going on, y'all, that I am happy that people are going on strike. People are standing up for what they believe in. They see this bullshit capitalist system really, really ruining their lives. And they're like, you know what? We've had enough. If you billionaires can get a 40% increase in your paychecks, then we want a 40% increase in our paychecks too. Okay? Y'all have these people working long, hard hours, almost working to their deaths. There needs to be some restrictions. There needs to be some regulations within these jobs. So it goes deep. It's more than just the whack stuff. It's all these different job places, like when it comes to nurses, when it comes to obviously the UAE, it's just, or the UAE and stuff like that. So it's like, I think there's just going to be a lot more people going on strike, and it's going to be real interesting because at this point, like, the government, everybody needs to be hearing our voices and hearing that we are upset. We're not happy in the position. While y'all are sending our money, while y'all are sending our good hard-earned taxpayer dollars across the globe for war and for putting it into oppression and imperialism and things like that, y'all need to be using the state taxpayer dollars to invest it into, the citizens of America. And that's just that. That was a little bit long-winded, but I had to get that out there. I want to talk about Martin Scorsese real quick. So I saw this headline. It says here, Martin Scorsese says fight back against comic book movie culture by supporting directors like Christopher Nolan. We got to save cinema. Now, when I saw this headline, I'm like, okay, bro, let me read this whole article because it's like, I'm over the clickbait. I'm over the clickbait because the way he said, it's this part where it says like against comic book movie culture, and I was like, and while yes, Martin Scorsese has said in the past that it's not cinema, blah blah blah, but I'm like, let me read this whole article because I don't know. So sorry, y'all, but yeah, let's get into this article. It's not very long. It says here, in a spiraling new profile with GQ, Martin Scorsese discussed comic book. God, can y'all get this Sean Penn thing out of my face? Director Martin Scorsese discussed comic book and franchise culture. Mind you, franchise. Y'all didn't add the franchise part yet, but y'all wanted to add the comic book part because, it's going to trigger the MCU and the, those stands. And franchise culture, a topic that which has spoken out about in the past. When asked about those blockbusters, Scorsese said that in their omnipresence could be negative to audiences who aren't well versed in other types of films. The danger there is what is doing to our culture, he said. Because there are going to be generations now that think movies are only those, that's what movies are. The interviewer persisted that the audiences might already believe that Scorsese agreed. They already think that, he said, which means that we have to then fight back stronger. Okay, that's a little bit dramatic, but okay. um, and it's got to come from a grassroots level. It's got to come from filmmakers themselves, and you'll have, the Safidai brothers. I never heard of them before. I need to go look them up. Maybe I seen their faces or something. But and you'll have Chris Nolan. You know what I mean? And hit them from all sides. Hit them from all sides, and don't give up. Let's see what you got. Go out there and do it. Go reinvent. Don't complain about it. But it's true because we got to save cinema. The director also spoke about the streaming era definition of content as opposed to actual cinema. I do think that the manufactured content isn't really cinema. He said, adding, it's almost like AI making a film, and that doesn't mean that you don't have incredible directors and special effects people doing beautiful artwork. But what does it mean? What do these films what will it give you aside from a kind of consumption of something and then eliminating it from your mind, your whole body, what is it giving you? And that's a word right there, and I'm gonna get to that. Martin Scorsese next film. Okay, so here's my thing. I and I think I spoke about this before, and there's been a ton of directors, especially in the past, I would say, good 3 to 4 years that have been coming out against, the whole, like, Marvel movies and more specifically Marvel movies, but comic book, but Marvel movies more so, and from what I know, you know Martin Scorsese was like one of the first ones, and then I remember Quentin Tarantino was like, and I just spoke about that too recently in a new video. Quentin Tarantino was like, the actor is not the star, the character is, like, Captain America, Thor, that sort of thing. Here's the thing, he's not wrong. Or, like, if we want to take, obviously from like the dramatics and stuff like that, and like the big headline, oh, fight back against comic book culture. It's like, okay, like, read the whole article. He's not wrong when he's saying that, like, you know the franchise culture and the comic book culture has obviously taken over, cinema, movies, that sort of thing, and it's watered down the content of what a film is supposed to be. And this is coming from someone that is a Marvel fan. I'm more of a fan than I am a stan, but even I can agree with that. Like, y'all been watching me for a minute, and y'all know how much I have dragged these new Marvel movies, like, from started from like last year, and how, like, ridiculously dumbed down and stupid, and like the special effects was just horrible. And it's maybe like one or two films that I liked from last year, and then but the rest of them was just horrendous. And then now I was just like, in a way, I was kind of thinking to myself, like, yo, like, was Martin Scorsese right about this shit? It's like y'all are just, focusing on you're now, from what I've seen, and this goes across the board. When I look at DC, when I look at Marvel, things like that, it's like I feel like they mostly depend on, the special effects, the boom boom plow, the punching, the kicking, the powers and things like that, but not really focusing on the storyline. They focus more on the special effects and things like that, and not really focusing on, okay, what is the message, what are you trying to tell me, what is the story, what is the introduction, what is the thesis statement, okay, what is the middle half of what is the climax, give me, I need stories, okay. And I think that Martin Scorsese is just, he's been fed up, but, like, he's really, really fed up of, the comic book thing, and especially and he said it here, the franchise culture. Let me tell you something right now. I'm not over the, my comic book stuff yet, okay? I'm still invested into that. But when it comes to the franchise culture, y'all, I'm so over it. And this is, comic book films aside. I am so over the franchise culture. Y'all have no idea. Like, the Transformers, the Fast and Furiouses, hell, even the what is it? The Godzillas and is that a franchise? I don't know, but the Godzillas and the King Kongs, and for me, I'm just like, can we please hang it up with those films now? Like, and this is just me personally. I know there's a ton of people that like that stuff, but it's like I'm so over the Transformers. It's like, mind you, I used to really like Transformers. Like, I remember watching the first one and the second one. Those were my two favorite ones, and then I think I watched the third one. But I think after that, I haven't watched any. I remember the Mark Wahlberg trying to make a film with Transformers. Like, I was so over it. I was like, listen, like, if there's no Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox in the Transformers, I ain't watching it. And then Fast and Furious, I'm just like, after I'm sorry, after what's his name died, Paul, what's his name, Paul White or Paul something. I forgot. I'm forgetting his name. I apologize. After when he passed away, I'm like, after the what was it, the sixth one or the seventh one that they did the tribute to him, they should have ended it right there. They should have ended it right there. But overall, my favorite Fast and Furious movie was Fast Five because I thought that it was just well done. But after that, I'm just like, why are y'all continuing to like dragging this out? Now, like I'm hearing that they're doing like superhuman things in the Fast and Furious franchise. Is like it's not making sense anymore. It's for cash grabs. I'm so over it. Please, y'all need to hang it up with the Fast and Furious stuff. Like hang it up flat screen plasma. Or if y'all gonna do it, market it to the international girls. I actually think that the American people like maybe I need to see our box office numbers to see what is giving, but like I think maybe the international people like it more than we do. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I need to go look back and look at it. For Transformers, it's like I'm so over it. I'm so over it, and I'm like, at this point, the franchise culture needs to end. I'm tired of y'all dragging these things out. It's so redundant at this point. So I can definitely see where he's coming from with that. And it's like, here's my thing too. Instead of y'all giving, so you're putting so much money, you're putting all these different things into like Transformers, into Fast and Furious. Why don't y'all take that same money and include it to these upcoming new, directors, new screenwriters, new producers that want to come into Hollywood, that want to tell their stories as well? It's like y'all dragging, it's like y'all beating a dead horse at this point. And it's like, I'm so tired, you know? And it's just that there's so many stories that can be told. And speaking of stories, so while this article came out, I did see that, and maybe he did say this, to promote the movie. People need some promotion, but Martin Scorsese is coming out with a film called Killers of the Flower Moon, and I saw the trailer. It looks very interesting. I did watch a video. I think I forgot what the channel's name is. I think it's the 1920s channel or something like that. Because I did want to see, because I heard that it was based on a true story. So I did want to get a little bit of background about what the film is gonna be about, and it looks very, very interesting. So I am gonna go watch this movie next month. Okay, it's been a minute since I've been to the theaters. Actually, I feel like I didn't go to the theater since what, Little Mermaid. Yeah, yeah, I went there. Yeah, The Little Mermaid was the last time I went to the movie theaters. So I'm definitely gonna go watch this. I want to go see what it is about. Yeah, I know Leonardo DiCaprio is gonna act. He's gonna act down. Okay, Robert De Niro. So I'm very interested to see what is gonna happen in this movie. The trailer looks very interesting. I suggest you guys go watch it, because it's like, here's the thing. I know we do tend to blame franchises and blame these movie execs and the movie companies and things like that for pushing franchise movies and comic book movies. But here's the thing too. It also depends on the audience and the viewers too. At the end of the day, it's like we're also the ones that go watch these films. We're the ones that put our money into these films. We're the ones that go buy the ticket. We're the ones that stream it. So it's like, if we all like, if people want to make that change, if people want there to be a change, then we as the audience too also needs to put our money where our mouth is. And we're so tired of the franchise movies and comic book. Even though me personally, I'm still not over the comic book movies. I'm still there's still some unsettled business that I need to watch. Because at the end of the day, I'm still am a Marvel fan, but I can definitely see, I can see both sides of the situation. I can see where the Marvel actors and like the people, Tom Holland and the Benedict Cumberbatch come from, when they say, listen, like, this is cinema. Like, the same thing that goes into your films, the same thing goes into our films. Like, It's just that, the aesthetic or something like that is different, and I agree with that. But I also can see where Martin Scorsese is coming from when he says, like, bro, like, y'all are only dependent on the special effects, like the roller coaster ride effect of these films. Like, y'all not putting no energy into the storylines, and I could definitely see where that's coming from too, especially in these last few Marvel films that have come out, especially started from last year. I can see that. So, but I'm definitely gonna go support this movie. Martin Scorsese also is a great filmmaker. I watched a couple of his films. You know, so, and I think that he's one of the legends. So it is. Listen, it goes for good conversation and good camaraderie and things like that. So I think that I just don't think that we should just brush this aside as being, oh, look at this old man, talking about bitter da da da, and it's just like, no, I think that there's some truth to what he's saying, but that's just me. But please tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with Martin Scorsese or not? Um, Please like, comment, and subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Let's get up to 700 subscribers, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.